Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome once again to another Kwikweb training session. If I'm correct, it has just gone 1 o'clock, and we can basically get the ball rolling on our next training session. As you guys can see, today we are going to be dealing with the Kwikweb Live Content Editor. Kwikweb, one of the Kwikweb slogans is that Kwikweb is one of the world's easiest website creation tools. For you guys that joined me last week, I showed you how quick and easy it is to create a starter website with the Kwikweb system. Today we're going to take it one step further, and I'm actually going to show you how easy it is to actually edit your website. So with that, before we actually get going, just a little bit of a housekeeping. We are doing the session a little bit different today than what we did last week. The platform that we are using is called Google Hangouts, and this week we are actually doing or using YouTube as the platform to broadcast the videos. So everybody, all of you that is joining will know that last week I actually sent you an invite to the actual Hangout this week. It's actually to YouTube itself, so everybody should physically be sitting in front of their PCs with YouTube open on the Kwikweb channel, or on the Kwikweb channel rather, and you should be seeing a live broadcast of the video. For those of you that want to ask questions, the platform unfortunately makes it slightly difficult to do questions during a live session, but what you can do, you'll see at the bottom of the video where you would normally read comments on normal videos in YouTube, you will be able to add a comment. So what I would like you to do during the session or after the session, feel free to add a question or add some comments in there. What I will do is I will be keeping track of the comments, and I will answer any questions that are asked in the comment section as well, so that for each of these videos that we create, we actually have like a little knowledge base. So if anybody watches the video in a week or a month's time, they would actually see all the questions that were asked, as well as all the answers that I'm given. With that in mind, also, even though this session currently is live, obviously as soon as the session is over, we've scheduled it for about an hour. As soon as the session is over, you can use the same link that you used to get to this broadcast. You can actually use to get to the recording. So if for some reason you need to go, or your lunch hour is over, whatever the case may be, don't worry about it. The video will be available as a recording or as a normal YouTube video with the link, or if you just search for the Kwikweb YouTube channel, you'll be able to see the video there. So with that said and done, I think we should get the session going. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just cancel that part and then go to my... Okay, so now what you should see on your screens now is the management portal of the website that I'll be using to do today's training on. I am using the kwikwebtraining.co.za website. The reason I'm using that and not a test website is obviously what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be editing content. So it's important for us to actually have a website that has content. So I'm going to be using the kwikwebtraining.co.za website. Now, what I've done already, and again, we covered this in last week's session, I've already logged into the management portal of the website. So basically what you are currently seeing is the first screen that you see when you've logged into the website. Now, before we get going, I just want to quickly touch on the normal way of editing a website. Currently there's 3 ways of editing the website. The first way is the way that everybody knows, where depending on what it is that you want to change, you would go to the content tab on your menu bar, click on it, and then whatever module or functionality you activated on the website. If I want to change the homepage, for example, I would literally have to click on the homepage button. The website or the system will then open my homepage, and I will then, with this content editor, this block in the middle here that has very Word or Microsoft Word like functionality, this is the place where you would need to then change your information. The problem with this, or the difficulty with the system or with this way of doing things, especially if you have a website that has a lot of content, sometimes it's very difficult to remember where the things are that you want to change. So you, for example, want to change the information on the About Us page, for example, but you renamed it. It's not About Us anymore. It's now called something else. You can't remember what it was called. So now you're going to need to go and look for where the About Us page is, find it. Once you found it, click on it. Once you clicked on it, it will open it, and then you would edit it in here. Obviously, with the Kwikweb features, you would then have to go through that 2 or 3 step process. Number 1, obviously, edit your content. Number 2, click on the update or the edit or the save button at the bottom. Then you need to click on the publish all changes button. Go through all of those steps for you to be able to upload your information. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's still very quick, very easy to do that. But Kwikweb, or the guys at head office, actually found a very cool and a much easier, a much quicker, and in my opinion, a better way to actually edit the content. So that is the first way. The second way, I'm just quickly going to show you guys. I just want to get back to the homepage. And again, what we will probably do, if we have time at the end of the session, I'll look at this briefly, but we will probably have another session that deals with this specifically. If we go to content, I just want to click on content here. I want to see if I can get back to the... Okay, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get back to that, so that's fine. The second way we will discuss in a later training session. I don't want to waste time with the actual session at hand. So instead of doing your editing in the normal way by going to whatever feature you want and then opening it, going to the content editor, clicking on update, clicking on publish, you will see when you go to content, right on top, there is a button that says live content editor. Now, if you click on that, what the system does, it's actually going to take you out of the management portal, and it's actually going to, as you see there, it's redirecting you to your live website. When redirected, you will be able to make edits directly in the content on your website. So what's done now is it has actually taken us out of the editor, and it has opened our website. Now, what I should have actually done beforehand is I should have actually showed you guys, and I think I'm going to do that in any case. I'm just quickly going to click on, I'm going to go back to the management portal, and I'm going to show you what this website looks like. So when you go to the Kwikweb training.co.za website, what you are seeing now, except for that, I'm not going to log out of that, but what you see on the website is that is the way that the website looks. Now we have now clicked on, we've gone into the, I'm just going to close that down. We've clicked on content, we've clicked on live content editor. the system redirected us to our actual website, our live website, with one big difference. And you'll see that difference right at the bottom. You will see there's a block in the middle, a rectangular block. On the left-hand side, it's got a red button that says discard changes. On the left-hand side, it's got a red button saying discard changes. On the right-hand side, it's got a button that says save changes. And then you will see there is, I just want to move, there's something on my screen that you can't see. That's part of the Hangout that I'm doing, and it's actually, I can't see the buttons at the bottom, but in any case, so you see the red button, you see the green button. In the middle, you see the name of this feature. It's called the Kwikweb Inline Editor. You'll see at the bottom of that, there's a status. The status says that you're connected. So what that means is that the inline editor has now connected with your website, and you are now able to make changes directly on your live website. So that is the top line. At the bottom of that line, you'll see there's on the left-hand side at the bottom, there's a thing that says back to management portal. If you click on that, it will actually take you back to the management portal, where you would have access to changing things as per normal. In the middle, there's a highlight editors block. I'm going to get to that now. And then on the right-hand side, once you're done with everything and you've made your changes, similar to the way that you log out of your management portal, you click on the logout editor button, and that will actually log you out of the inline editor. So the middle button is the important one. Currently, we are on the home page of our website, and this inline editor is telling us that there are currently two places. That two at the bottom there in the brackets mean that there are two areas on the live website that we can edit. Now, what this editor allows you to do, it allows you to edit any text that you would normally be able to, or that you would normally edit with the content editor in the management portal. So the thing is, the difference between doing it in the management portal and doing it right here is, yeah, you don't need to go look for something. If I want to change the About Us page, I know immediately there's the About Us page. And every single page you go to, you'll see it had like a little connecting indicator where it says connected now, and it connects to the page. It actually looks for areas on that page that you can change. Again, it tells us that there's two areas that we can change, and now you'll see, or how you would know what you can change. You can basically see it two ways. The first way would be, you'll see on the page, if you didn't know this page, or if you know this page, you'll see that there's two little pages with pencils next to About Us. One is next to About Us, and one is next to the content. They're a little bit difficult to see, so if you don't know the page, maybe you would have thought that that is actually part of the page. But what we've done is we've actually made it easy. If you click on highlight editors, you'll actually see that next to the text that you can change, there's actually a flashing red line to show you that, number one, I can change the About Us text, and number two, where it says Kwikweb offers a user-friendly website builder, I can actually edit that as well. So that is a very quick and easy way when using the inline editor to see what you can change. If we go back to the home page, for example, we'll see the same thing. It's initializing, it connects. We see the two pages. If we click on the highlight editors, we see that we can change the heading of the page, and we see that we can change the body of the page. So if we want to change it, what do? Simple and straightforward. You click on the place that you want to change. So if I want to make a change to the heading of this page, I'm literally going to click on it. It opens up a dialog box with the information in there. And for the sake of this, I'm just going to put a lot of exclamation marks behind it. Once I've done that, if I'm happy with the changes, I press the enter button, and immediately the exclamation marks go behind the word. Now this is live in real time. So anybody that goes to this website right now, the minute that I pressed enter to accept the change with the additional exclamation marks, somebody that's on the website or as they go into the website will see those changes immediately. That is the cool thing about this. It's a lot easier. There was no go and find the thing and then change it and then click on update and then click on publish. We clicked on it. We literally made the change that we wanted to make. We pressed the enter button and immediately the change was made. That's how quick it, and that in essence is the power of the inline editor. Now, in the same breath, we now want to change the information that's in the content of the home page. We're going to click on the block where the picture is. If we click on it, it is actually going to open a simplified version of the content editor. For those of you that work with a content editor extensively, you will notice that the normal content editor in the management portal have a lot more buttons. There's a lot more that you can do with it. Obviously, if you want to do that, if you want to add a table or use that additional functionality that the normal content editor in the management portal gives you, then obviously you are going to make those changes or those edits in the normal control panel or in the normal management portal. But if you want to make, if it's a simple and straightforward, just a spelling mistake that you need to fix, or a picture, for example, like I'm going to do in this case, all you need to do is you need to click on the area that you want to edit. It will open the block. We will now, I want to change the picture, so I'm going to use the exact same procedure that I would have used in the management portal by using the live content editor that's on the website. Now, obviously, just one thing on that. The clients, anybody that visits the website now, they're not going to see this part. They're not going to see me physically making changes to the website. They will see the website as normal, and as and when a change is made, when they refresh the website, they will actually see the changed version. They're not going to see me physically working on the website. So I want to change this picture. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click on the picture, and basically, actually what I'm going to do, I want to go down a little bit. I'm going to stick with the text for now to show you. Let's stick or whatever with that. I'm going to, again, for the sake of I don't want to mess. This is obviously a live website, so I don't want to change any of the text. I'm again just going to put some exclamation marks at the bottom. Again, when I'm done with it, now I have one or two choices, and I could have done that previously with the heading of the page as well. If I want to save those changes, I'm going to click the Save Changes button, or if I don't want to save the changes, I'm going to discard it. For the sake of this, I'm going to save it. So when I save it, immediately that block goes away, and you can see that the change is there. And as I said, the change is immediately visible to somebody that will now visit the page. If I want to go back to that and I want to take it away, I'm basically just going to click on that block again. I'm going to take the exclamation marks away. I'm going to put a full stop. I'm going to say Save Changes, and basically it's changed that. Now, that process can basically be followed for any page on your website that has content on it. Like if we go to the scheduled training, this is the events module. Now the events module does not, you'll see that it's connected, but you will see at the bottom that there is 0 editors that I can use on this specific page. So if I want to make changes to the events module, I'm going to have to do it in the management portal. The minute you go to the page, and again, I'm just going to click on random pages. The minute you click on it, you will see that it's connected, and you'll immediately be able to see how many areas on the page you can change. If you click on the highlight, you will see the flashing red line on the left hand side of it. You'll be able to click on it and you will be able to change it. I'm just going to put a full stop at the end of that. Either press save changes, or in this, well, let me do save changes. We've got the full stop and the change has been done. Somebody just told me that there might be an issue that the screen is a little bit blurry. I'm not sure if that's got something to do with the speed of the internet or with the actual broadcast. I'm pretty sure that the if it is blurry, and if some of you guys are experiencing it as blurry, I'm hoping that once the live session is done, when YouTube actually renders the recording, that you will actually be able to see the text. If it is blurry, I do apologize for that. I'm not exactly sure. Number one, if everybody's or if everybody's experiencing it, and if you are, I'm not really sure what the reasoning behind that would be. If it is, I do apologize, but I really hope that once the recording is rendered, that the blurriness will go away if you guys are experiencing that. So with that said and done, coming back to this, the certain sections explained, if I'm not mistaken, that is it looks like the custom page. So with this, obviously you can see that it has different pages or different areas on it. So if we click on the management of content, again, every single page we go to, the system shows us, number one, with the pages where we can change it, and it shows us, if we click on the highlight bit, it tells us where we can change. So if we go to the next one, on this one, again, this specific module, this is a survey, or the survey, the forms and surveys module. We obviously will not be able to change anything where that's concerned. If we click on all tickets, don't use, let's see what page that is. There's actually no information on there. If we go to the videos page, there's nothing there. If we go to documents and brochures, again, this is one that we are not going to be able to change. Again, these are all specific modules. So with that, and basically what I'm trying to tell you guys, the online editor, the use for that would be to change any information that was used or that was added to the website with the normal content editor in the management portal. You would use the inline editor to do that quicker and easier, and you would immediately be able to see the change. Remember previously, and if we go back to the management portal, just for 2 seconds, previously, if we wanted to make a change to the homepage, for example, what you needed to do is you needed to make the change. So let me make the change that I made previously with the exclamation marks. If I do it the normal way, I go to the management portal, I go and look for the content button, I go and look for homepage, I go and make sure that I'm on the right page. Yes, I am, because there's my information. Here's my content editor. As I said, you'll see that there are some well, not a few, there's actually quite a bit of additional things that you can do. But now remember, the live content editor, the name says it all. It's the editing of content. So basically, when it comes to wording and when it comes to spelling and things like that, that's what it's all about. So there's the live content editor, the normal content editor in the background. In the management portal, I mean, there's all the functionalities. There's what we want to change. We want to replace the full stop with a bunch of exclamation marks. Once we've made the change, now we have to click on update homepage. Then we need to make sure that it was published. We need to click on the publish all changes button. We need to make sure that the changes go through. Once it's done that, then only can we go to the page to go and make sure that, as you guys can see there, that the change is actually there. Let me just do that. So basically we had to follow 3 or 4 steps to get to the point where we can see that the change is done. Where with the live content editor, we basically click on the area we want to change. We change whatever it is that we need to change. We click on the Save Changes button, and immediately it's done. So again, just to reiterate, it's a much easier way to change some of the content on the website. So as I said previously in the session that I did with you guys on the starter system, Kwikweb there's a lot of functionality in Kwikweb that you can use the way that suits your style. So nobody's forcing you to do that. Nobody's forcing you to show this to a client of yours and whatever. It's there for you to use if you want to, if you feel more comfortable. And again, it depends on your type of website. It depends on the way that your website is designed. It depends on the way that your content is displayed on the website. A website that has very little content like this, but a lot of functionality with the different modules, you would probably not use this feature as much, because the majority of your changes will have to be made in the modules themselves. On the other hand, with a content-rich website where you have a lot of pages that consist of content, using this feature is going to be a lot quicker. It's going to be a lot easier, because it takes 3 or 2 of the 4 steps it basically takes out of the equation, and it's a lot quicker. You don't have to wait for things to update. You don't have to publish first. So in a nutshell, as I said earlier, what the content editor or what the live content editor allows you to do is to edit content on the fly directly in your live website. So in a nutshell, just to recap on it, to find the live content editor, you would go to the content section of your website. Right on top, there's a live content editor button. You would click on it. Once you've clicked on it, it's going to connect to your website. You will see this block at the bottom where you have the 6 different options. One on the left on top is to discard any changes. The one on the right on top is to save any changes. The one in the middle tells you that you are connected. The one in the middle at the bottom tells you how many changes you can make. The one on the left at the bottom takes you to the management portal. The one on the right-hand side at the bottom logs you out. Just one thing, and again, for those of you that are paying attention will see that where it said connected earlier, it now says saved homepage profile. The minute that you make changes, let's go to this, for example. When you click on the page, you will see the section that says it's initializing, and then it says connected. The minute that you make a change, let's take out the full stop, for example. As soon as you start working, it tells you exactly what you are doing and where you are doing it. So it's telling us that we are editing the About Us profile. If we go and we save that, it tells us that we have now saved the About Us profile. If we click on the About Us heading, it's going to tell us that we are editing the About Us title. Once we've saved the changes, it will tell us that we have saved. So again, the system is very clever. It keeps you informed all the way as to what you are doing, where you are. Not that you really, in my opinion, need to know where you are and what you're doing, and you can't really get too much or too confused where this is concerned. Again, for those of you that haven't used this before, it might sound a little bit dear mekaar, if I can use an Afrikaans expression, but really for the editing of content, straightforward. It's a very quick and very easy way to do that. Like with anything in Kwikweb, do what I've just done. Go and play around with it. Make small changes, see what the effect is. But it's simple and straightforward. You see what you want to change. You click on what you want to change. You make the change. You save the change, and it's basically done. So. We actually went through this a lot quicker than I thought. We're only half an hour into the session, so I don't know if we should actually continue with something else. I think I'm not going to. I think I would like to keep these sessions, stick to the topics at hand. As I said previously when we started, obviously I know the system. I've been doing this for a whole bunch of years now, so there is a lot of the stuff that I might have gone through very quickly, and this will go for any of the previous videos that I've done and videos that will come in future. So what I would like you guys to do, if there was anything that I did that you were unsure of, or that didn't make sense to you, or that you would like me to explain to you, ask that question in the comment section, and I will explain it to you as an answer in the comment section, so that we make sure the whole reason for us having these sessions is for us to give a better understanding of the functionality of the Kwikweb system. So there is just one additional thing that I want to show you. It's not necessarily part of the online editor, but it is, I think, a very cool feature in the content editor itself. I don't know how many of you guys have seen it. It's a little thing. Again, it looks similar to the little icon with the paper and the little pen or pencil in front of it. If I hover over it, you'll see. Let me just get that hover going again. It says insert contact form. Now this is something that was added recently as well, and it's not necessarily part of the session, but because it's got to do with the content editor, I just want to make you guys aware of that. That is actually a very, 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 very powerful feature. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to add it to the About Us page. I'm actually going to add it to the homepage. I'm going to go to the homepage. I'm going to click on the content in the homepage. And then at the bottom of all of this, I'm actually going to use this feature. Now, what this is, if we look at websites and why we have websites, the majority of the people, if you ask them that question, they're going to tell you that they've got a website because they want more business, they want to make more money, they want to reach more clients, etc., etc. Now, normally websites were things that spoke one way. So you shared a lot of information with your clients. They could read the information, but then they needed to pick up the phone and they needed to phone you, or whatever the case may be. Then with the advent of a thing called Web 2.0, people started embedding functionalities in websites that allowed a conversation to take place, or it allowed your customer to contact you. Now, this contact us form is one way for you to get your clients to get in hold of you. Now, there is a lot of functionality already on the Kwikweb website that allows you to do that. I'm not going to go into that right now. What this contact form allows you to do on any website on your website that uses, or on any page on your website rather, that uses the content editor, you are now able to add a form that will get a client to fill in his contact details, so that you can get back to him regarding a query or whatever the case is. So if we want to add that contact us form, or the contact form, to the website, we basically navigate to the area that we want. And again, I'm quickly going to show you another cool feature of the content editor. Currently, you'll see that the content editor is a little bit small on the page, so you might get a little bit lost between where you are and whatever. You can make that bigger by clicking on this button with the 4 arrows the maximize button. If you click on that, it will actually take away the rest of your website, and you only see the content editor. You only see the part of the website that you're working on. So the way that these buttons appear look a little bit different now, and because we have a wider screen, it's now all next to each other. But obviously what we can do is we see the insert contact form. We make sure that we put the cursor in the area where we want to add the contact form, and all we do is we literally click the contact form button. Now you might say, okay, well, what now? There's a thing with brackets and things that says contact form. Don't be too worried about that. That is basically the programming language that is telling this page that it needs to insert the contact form. So if we now minimize the page again and save that part, what you will immediately see, let's just go to the home page again. You will now see that instead of that contact form with the brackets, you will now physically see there's a thing that says contact us. It says, please enter your details. It's got your name, your mobile number, email. So this is for those of you that know the forms and survey module, it's a very powerful module, but sometimes it's a little bit tricky to set up because it's quite, you need to, each of these fields, you need to go and decide on the type of question and how it appears and whatever. The contact form allows you to, with a click of a button, add a form that will allow people to get in contact with you. So again, with this, go and play around with it. You want the clients to get a hold of you. You want, they call it a call to action. You want your clients to not just visit your website, but you want them to engage with you. So this contact form is a very cool way to have your client engage with you, to ask you a question. And very importantly, again, two things that you see there. Sorry, let me just, because this, what I'm going to do, I'm actually just going to show you the last thing on the content editor. When you're done with it, when you click on Logout Editor, you'll see now when I click on the page, instead of it actually taking me to that, it wanted to edit the page again. What was the reason for that is I was still using the live content editor. Now I've actually told it to close it down. So now I can interact with my page as per normal. I can't make any changes. If I want to make any changes, I need to log in again, activate the live content editor again. The last thing I want to say about the contact us form, there's two things here. Number one, a mobile number. Number two, an email address. Again, with your AdWords campaign or with your search engine optimization on your website, you are working very hard to get people to come to your website, to visit your website. But when they visit your website, you don't know who they are, you don't know what their names are, you don't know what their telephone numbers are or whatever. So it's very difficult. And I think I mentioned that in the previous session as well. They call about the sales funnel. You need to get site visitors, you need to convert them to people that browse the website. So instead of just coming to the home page, clicking on it, seeing the page, and then navigating away from it, Google actually they call it a bounce rate. If guys come to your website but they don't interact and they leave immediately, then you have a bounce rate. And if your bounce rate is too high, then you need to do something to make your website a little bit more engaging. So once you get the guy to stay on your website for a minute or 2 minutes, if you can get him to click on something and interact either with a product or with a photo or with a contact form like this, then you are one step down in the process of getting a client from a visitor to an actual buyer, to somebody that are physically spending money. There's a few more steps down the line, but the contact us form is a brilliant way to, number one, get people to interact with your website. Number two, the minute the guy or the person rather, the minute they fill in this form, you have their contact details. So you can then, obviously, they would give you a comment or ask you a question. So they are opening a line of communication with you so that you can speak to them and hopefully then start selling your product to them if they are not already sold on it. So this is a very, very important tool, one of the many that you've got in the Kwikweb system to actually engage with your client. And again, once you've got his email address, his mobile number, with the Kwikweb SMS system, you can send the people reminders, you can send them birthdays, you can send them all sorts of cool SMS, or you can communicate with them via the SMS system in various cool ways as well. Again, to open that line of dialogue and to, at the end of the day, get to a point where you hopefully get your website to start generating sales or start generating more sales. So that last bit, I veered a little bit from the topic. It wasn't really part of the live editor, but I thought it was important to bring that in, and seeing that we do have some time to spare, I thought we discuss that. Again, that is it. The live content editor. I think I'm going to end the session. Again, I'm not sure if this blurry thing that people are telling me about has been solved. So with me not knowing what's going on there, I think I'm gonna end the session a little bit sooner than anticipated. Again, thank you for taking the time for joining. Please feel free, if you have any questions on this, to put that in the comment section underneath the video. I had some questions last week about people, specifically consultants, asking me if they can share this video with their clients and with their agents and under them. By all means, share it with as many people as you see fit. As many people. The whole idea behind these sessions is to help the Kwikweb community to get to grips with this school Kwikweb or this website management system that we've got. So share it with whoever you want. What I will be doing is some of these videos I will actually be incorporating into the online help manual as well. So obviously, what I have found, and some people have given feedback, obviously these sessions, we're trying to keep them to an hour or less. Even though they are only an hour or less, it is still a lot to ask for somebody to sit and listen to something for an hour. So some of these sessions we will be breaking down into smaller pieces, so that if you like, for example, this contact us form, if you only want to know about the contact us form, you don't need to listen to the whole live content editor training just to get to that part. We will actually cut that portion out and make a separate link to just that portion, so that it's a little bit easier to navigate. So, but in any case, as always, it's been a pleasure to be here for you guys and to help. As always, I'm available for questions. If you guys have got any questions, if you've got any ideas on any topics that we need to discuss. What we've decided to do, the previous session was Friday, 1 o'clock, a couple of weeks ago. We've moved it to a Thursday to see if it's a little bit more convenient for people. If you've got any comments regarding the time of the sessions, the duration of the sessions, as well as the frequency. Currently, we are doing them once a week. If there's enough people that want, I will gladly do them more than once a week. Again, it all depends on what it is that you guys feel comfortable with. But again, that's it. Thank you very much for joining. It is now 13:43, nearly 1:45. Thank you very much for joining. As I said, apologies again if the screen was blurry. I'm not 100% sure if that is the case. If it is, I am recording this as a separate mechanism in any case, so that if there is a problem with the broadcast, I will make the recording I'm making locally, I will upload to YouTube as well. So again, let me stop ranting and raving. Thank you very much again for joining me. Keep an eye out for more sessions. Currently, we are planning, the next session is next week, Thursday. We are looking at the e-commerce module. We haven't completely decided yet. As soon as we have, we will send out an email to everybody again with an invite. And I will see you guys next week, Thursday then. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.